Hi there everybody, I am going to show you a tutorial on the June paper pumpkin kit that we received last month. Sorry I'm a little late. This one is the Expressions in Color, and I'm going to show you 3 of the cards that are made with the kit. The other ones I will probably do alternatives, but right now I just wanted to show you how to piece together everything. So the first thing we're going to do is the watercolor one, and with the purple shades, and I've already punched out the die cuts that go with it and the tags that are needed, and I've already cut the string. This one calls for, I believe, 26 inches, but I went ahead and added a few extra just because I'm able to tie the knot, to tie the bow a little bit easier. I have just a little bit more string to work with. Now, the vellum that you're using is in the die cut paper like this. I've already punched out the flower, and I've punched out the thanks, because that's the one that I'm going to be using with this kit. So it's very easy, it's very delicate, it's already perforated. You just got to punch all the edges and it will come out, and then this is what you're going to work with this particular card. So let's take our string, and I'm gonna lay it about, I don't know, maybe 2.5 inches extra hanging over. I'm gonna lay it across the bottom about an inch, 1.5 inches from the bottom. I'm gonna bring it around, and then you're gonna do it twice, and then you're going to tie your knot. Now your bow. Now your bow is going to be positioned about 1 inch away from the edge. So I'm going to bring it under the string just to have it a little more secure. And then you can tie you're not going to make a knot, you're just going to loop it under the 2, and then you can do your bow. Like I said, I added extra when I cut it, because working with this string wasn't easy to do. So I saved the other one for another project. And then I'm just gonna trim a little bit of this, just like that. Okay, so we have our first part of the card ready, and then you can see the inside. You're just going to have 2 strings going across. Now next up is the oh, real quick, because I had already did this part. Take your bone folder, and your card bases come pre-scored, so you're going to just line them up corner to corner, and then you're going to very gently go across the end. Don't press too hard, otherwise you will perforate it. But it is already pre-scored. If you don't have a bone folder, you can use maybe, you know, like your finger real quick, the edge of a pair of scissors that you have, and it will work. So there is number 1. Now the next thing we're going to do is, let's see what the directions call for. I'm normally a picture person. I look at it and I make it. So now our next step is we're going to adhere the vellum. So it says to place 3 adhesive dots. Now remember, your kits come with the adhesive. You do not need anything else. However, if you feel comfortable in using your own tools and your own embellishments that you have, by all means, but right now we're just going to work with what comes in your paper pumpkin. So I, for one, already have some dimensionals and dots that have been used, so I'm going to use what I have, and I'm going to put these away in my stock. You will collect a lot of adhesives, so don't use everything every time you get a box. Don't use the adhesive, otherwise you're going to have a bunch of opened little tiny packages. So those come in handy for other projects if you do make other cards. Now, where is it? Here it is. This is kind of hard to see. So we have this little guy here, and it is going to be positioned, let's see, with the rose this way. So we're going to have the rose up here and the little green, well, what would be green if they were color. I don't know if you can see it. These little leaves here, and then the roses here, and then we have some more fern over here. So this is the way it is going to be positioned. And the only part that you are going to put the adhesive on, we're going to turn it over, and you're going to put the adhesive right here on the center of this flower. So let's go ahead and do that. You're going to use your little adhesive dots that come with the kit, and I'm going to use my little pick tool that I have, and I'm going to put one here and one there and one there. Now you're positioning these dots where when you flip it over and you stick it to your card base, it's going to be covered up by your label that's going to have your stamped sentiment on it. Now we're going to turn this one back over, and this guy is going to go right over, right onto the string, maybe a little bit above it, and it will stay secure right there. And then the next thing, we're going to take our label, and I love this little enhancement here on it. We're going to use our bumblebee that came with your kit, and the sentiment that we're going to use is "You are amazing," and it's going to be that one right there. And we're going to stamp just a little bit of the bumblebee color onto your stamp. Remember, with each paper pumpkin you will get a set of stamps and a little Stampin' Spot. This kit last month came with 2 colors. So you're going to take your, you can kind of see through it, but you also, if you have a scrap piece of paper or something, go ahead and stamp on it so you can tell what needs ink, how hard you're pressing. And I know that's on gray and it's going to go on white, but it's going to look a little different, a lot different actually. And I'm going to stamp it right on to this tag here, and you're going to center it. And pop off, and there you go. Then you're going to flip this over. You're going to take a dimensional this time, and we're going to put one. Now this is going to go right here over the adhesive dots. So I'm going to put mine on each corner because it's not going over the actual string and it won't be too bumpy. It's going to go right above it, so I think this is a good place to position it. If your string is a little higher, that's okay. And then we're going to put this right over that. And there you go. Look at this. One kit. You can make tons of things. Tons. I love it. And then, oh, the last thing is, this one came with some little sequins. So we're going to use a few of those. And let's see, the kit calls for them to be placed one there. And we're going to put one right there, and then a couple more on this side. We have one over here, and one over here. And I think there's one here on the bottom too. It says 5. So let's put that one right there. And there you go. That is card number 1. All right, send me your pictures, show me your finished product. And those of you that were here and brought your paper pumpkins, you guys did a really good job. So I'm really looking forward to the end of the month and making our cards for July. So let's go on to the next one. I'm going to do another video for that one, and I'll be back. Oh, you know what? I want to show you something. So this card came with 2 different sizes of card bases. So make sure the envelope that you're using is the one that fits your card. Like this one here is a little too small, and this one here is the one we're going to work with. I wanted to do something with the colors. Now, I happen to have the new in colors that are featured in the kit, and I wanted to do something different because I like to carry over the pattern. Now, don't forget to wipe down your stamps and clean them before you use them again with each color, because you don't want to ruin your pads. I'm going to take this little stamp here, I don't know what to call it, like a blotch, an ink blotch, I guess. And I'm going to put it on my acrylic block, and I'm going to do something fun here. I'm going to use my Fresh Freesia and my polished pink, and you're going to flip. Let's see, how can we do this? Okay, you're going to start with the edge of your, so you're going to use the ink. If you have these, you can do it. And you're going to just blotch some of these images on to your envelope, to the flap of the envelope. And then I'll show you in a minute. I'm hoping that it will match the card. This one kind of went over it, but that's okay. Let's see. Let's fold this over now. That's what I should have done with that one. But I want it to be, there we go. And then we're going to clean real quick. I have a little scrubber here and some cleaner, but I think I'm going to use one of my little wipes that I have. And then we're going to take the polished pink and we're going to stamp that image on the folded side of the card and put it there. Oh my gosh, it is coming along great. And there you go. And you want to clean this one because it does have pigments of red in it, and a lot of your acrylics, they will get stained when you use reds and blues because of the pigment that is in them. So you kind of want to wipe them down right away and not have them set. But they're not damaged. They can still be used. And I'm going to cover these up before I flip something over here on my desk. I've been known to do that. And look at that. So there is my envelope flat, and I think it matches the card somewhat, but just something fun. If you want to put something here, maybe you could do that. And there you go. There is your first card and your envelope. Send a little uplifting card to somebody. Okay, I'll be back with card number 2.